super excited for you guys to hear her story.
Right before joining Agency U, I was dying. Basically, I was stuck at $1,750 a month because I didn't know how to get clients. I did not have an organization, no system like whatsoever. And my conundrum was I just wanted somebody to tell me, this is what you have to do, this is a process that you have to take, and you will get to where you want to be. And until now, which is this past month, my goal was to make 10K, and I went crazy. So I was at 14,300 for the month.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another case study. Super pumped to have Juliana on this call. She's been just crushing it and super excited for you guys to hear her story of all the success that she's been able to have in just the short 2-3 months that you've been with us. Juliana, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to chat.
Nice. Me too. Cool. Well, why don't we start? Why don't you just give a quick introduction, who you are, where you are, your agency, what you guys do, and all that sort of stuff. Just a quick intro about yourself.
Yes, totally. So my name is Juliana Evangelista. I'm the CEO of Gem Social, based out of New Jersey. I work primarily with beauty service providers in social media management and ad running, content days, and all of that. And I also have coaching as a part of my business.
Sweet. So mostly like beauty brand would be like a salon, like an
Yeah,
esthetician, like med spa, that sort of stuff.
exactly.
Sweet. So why don't you give the people watching or listening just like a quick snapshot of like where your business was like 3-4 months ago before joining an agency, maybe even like the year before, of like what was it that you were doing, and maybe some of the bottlenecks that you had been facing in your biz.
Yeah, totally. So right before joining Agency U already start, I was dying. Basically, I was stuck at $1,750 a month, which
Mm.
is insane now that I think back on it, Austin. Because right now I'm going insane in the business, but I was stuck not knowing how to actually get clients.
Mm.
My process for fulfilling my actual job was like all out of order. I knew what I was doing for my job, but the actual logistics and
Mm.
operations behind the agency was terrible. So I guess when I hopped on my first sales call with Austin's team, it was like I need help with everything
Mm-hmm.
from sales calls to finding clients to fulfilling them with operations and just everything. I
Yeah.
needed a complete revamp of my business, and I was really stuck at that 1.75K a month
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know how to get clients
Yeah.
at all.
So like what were you doing though? Was it just like, hey, I'm cold DMing people, or like I'm like just trying to like network, or I'm just hoping for a referral, or what was going on?
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of cold DMs by myself.
Hmm.
And as somebody who struggles a lot with ADHD and things like that, staying consistent on a repetitive task was always very difficult for me.
Hmm.
So the times when I was consistent, I did get maybe like a few one-off clients, but none that were my ideal client. But I found it more like it was difficult just to
Hmm.
manage that part. So I did cold DMs for a long time, and I tried emails. I just didn't get the hang of it. I was
Hmm.
frustrated by just doing it by myself. I tried cold calls, but just ultimately, I didn't have one process that I needed
Hmm.
to stick to. You know how you say that we need to stick to one thing and perfect it, move on to the
Yeah.
next thing. Um, I was doing everything.
Yeah.
Shiny object syndrome is me.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing.
So you're like trying out like, oh, I'm gonna try cold DM this week. Oh, and then I'm gonna try cold email. Oh, maybe I'm gonna call these people and that could work.
Yeah, a
What
lot
about
of
for like the
that.
system stuff? What did it look like before? Was it kind of just like Google Sheets and kind of all over the place? Like just kind of like you were a freelance essentially, like running it just as like
Yeah.
how many clients can I get and hopefully be able to serve, or what did that look like on the ops side?
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you, I did not have an organization, no system like
Hmm.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think the max I did was I contracted somebody on Fiverr to give me like a list of people to get into contact
that's
with,
funny.
and then I just I just did that for a solid, and then I moved on to something else. Um, I was in the position of like, let me just reach out to as many people as possible, maybe try to get some clients, but I wasn't really thinking about like, oh, if I did get this many clients, like actually booked, do I have the manpower to actually handle it myself,
Yeah.
as well as my prices that
Yeah.
didn't really reflect the future that I really wanted to go for.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us about that a little bit, like the pricing stuff.
Oh, totally. My prices, I didn't have really a pricing structure.
Yeah.
um, the math behind it, the logistics behind it. I really just compared what was out there, and I tried to price myself maybe a little lower than anything that was out there so that people would be more enticed. But
Hmm.
that ended up just getting me clients that didn't appreciate my time, appreciate my
Yeah.
efforts, treated me like an employee in their business,
Mm.
even though I was, the expert in my field and they were contracting me to fix a problem within their agency.
Yeah.
Um, so it was just a lot of struggle when it came to pricing.
Yeah.
Uh, it wasn't fun at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. And then as far as like what were you doing from like a research perspective? I know you watched a lot of like our YouTube videos. Like were you just like scouring YouTube or like what solutions were you looking for before you were like, okay, I just need to like join agency U and I know this is a financial decision and a big commitment, but like I know that now is the time. Like what were you doing before leading up to that led you to actually getting on a call and being like, okay, this is right.
Yeah, so I think for about 5 months before I actually hopped on a call with the team, I was just scouring YouTube, like
Mm.
up and right. I think up, down, left, right. I think I've watched all of the YouTube videos on the internet at this point. And my conundrum was I just wanted something that worked.
Mm.
That was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
In our industry, marketing, we have many people who
Mm-hmm.
say they know what they're talking about and say like they have the process, and then you sign up and they don't actually, help you in the
Yeah.
way you needed to be helped. Because, like not one business is the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody is different. The messaging,
That happened to
everything.
you? Like you joined some courses or
Oh,
you
yeah.
checked it out? Oh, wow. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I'm not I'm not shy when it comes to investing
Hmm.
in my business and my future, especially, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I've been investing since day one of starting my business, like
Hmm.
literally day one.
Yeah.
I remember junior year of high school. I begged my parents to be like, hey, can you help me start up this business? And I am thankful that I do have that support. But
Yeah.
5 solid months before I hopped on the first call, I was just scouring like the internet. I
Mm.
tried every single like technique and things like that. I was looking at my ads manager, and from the YouTube videos that you had put out on like the carousels and the things,
Yeah.
I had actually tried that. I didn't end up going through with it for more than like 2 days.
Yeah.
Again, shiny
Yeah.
object syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that was what I struggled with. I just
Yeah.
wanted somebody to tell me, this is what you have to do. This is the process that you have to take, and you will get to where you want to be.
Yeah. Cool. Super, super relatable, I'm sure, to a lot of people who are doing the same thing. I mean, I do the same thing myself. I scour the internet and then finally get to a point where I'm like, huh, I should just like shortcut this a little bit. Okay. So we talked about where we were. Why don't you just give a quick like transformation, like recap, I guess. Like, cool. Like 3 months ago, I was here. Now this is what the business looks like. Like, what is the feeling? What is the transformation? Like, practically, just from your point of view, from like a sales perspective, I think would be helpful. From like an operations perspective, from like your demeanor and like confidence, I think is another thing that I've just observed is like so many shifts, like so many changes. It's really, really freaking cool to see.
Yeah, totally. So when I first signed up, like I said, it was at 1.7 5K and struggling a lot. I'll be honest with you, I was scared. I was scared to sign up, but um, from watching so many videos and seeing so many testimonials of people like actually succeeding, and after being on sales call and telling me that you haven't had one person that has gone wrong in the whole program, I was like, okay, these are great stats. It's all
Yeah.
about the numbers at the end of the day. So I did tell um, I did say on the call that I would need some time to think about it, but I'm pretty sure like the next day I was like, "Hey, send me the link. I'm
Nice.
ready." That's usually how I make my
Yeah,
decisions.
me too.
Yeah, it's that way. But the first month, everything was, preparing. I hopped on the call with the support system, and it was a lot of reassurance that
Mm.
was needed. Everybody had a lot of patience with me. I'm very energetic and antsy when it comes to business related things and just in general.
Mhm.
This is who I am.
Yeah,
Um, but
I like who you are, so you should continue to be who you are.
Thanks, Austin. But when it comes to like the support system and the team, everybody was very nice. Had a lot of patience, explaining things and reassuring me, and I needed that a lot in
Mhm.
the first month because I was very nervous to raise
Yeah,
my prices or to start this new system. The first month, I kind of stayed where I was because I didn't do a lot of sales
yeah.
activities,
Well,
but it
it
was
was
very
like a lot of like the foundational stuff,
yeah, it
and
was a
then
lot of the foundational stuff. I could have started sales activities
yeah, yeah, yeah,
way earlier. That was on me. I just
yeah, yeah,
needed
yeah.
time.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that you needed like the assurance, and it sounds like past things that you've joined have been like, cool, go watch a bunch of these videos and jump on a group call and like figure it out versus
Exactly.
like we are really trying to design the product to like just like yeah, like one-to-one support is what actually gets people like success because I'm the same way as you. It's like we want a shortcut, we want to be reassured, we want to be confident in all of our decisions and we need that reassurance. So sorry, continue.
But yeah, the first month was a lot of back end stuff, logistics, operations, and just preparing. But as soon as we hit the second month, like up and rolling, I was like, guys, let's move on to the next step. Let's go for it. And they were
Mhm.
all for it. Helped me from like process from A to B to C. And I went from 1.7K to the second month being at a 5K month, which was awesome.
Mhm.
I loved it. And then from that month on, I continued, the sales activities, working on my business, continuing on the back end, and until now, which is past this past month, my goal was to make 10K. I'm a high achiever. I'm a
It's
high goal
crazy,
maker.
1.75K to 5K, and then now your goal is
Yeah,
10K. What the heck? Let's
yeah,
just
my
double
goal is
every month.
10K,
Okay, cool.
and I went crazy because I almost made it to 15K. So I
Come
was at
on.
14,300 for the month,
Crazy.
which is insane. Austin,
Yeah,
you know
come
how
on.
insane that is?
1.75K for what? 6 months, a year? Years, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a year, a whole year. It
yeah,
was crazy, and it was obviously for lack of me knowing what to do,
totally.
like in my actual work, but it was just a lack of organization, knowing
Mm,
exactly what I need to do from point A to point B.
yeah.
Um, so that's how like I made it. Like this month's goal, uh, we raised it up to 20K. Who
Come
knows?
on.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Nice.
But yeah, that it's been crazy, insane. The support has been like great. If something doesn't work, it's like immediate. Let's hop on a call. Let's try to figure it out. I
Yeah.
remember, I think it was my second month when I just launched that sales activity that we do.
Hmm.
I got an inquiry for the craziest amount of like retainer that I had ever gotten in my life.
Hmm.
And I remember leaving the sales call. I followed the sales framework that
Yeah.
agency U shares. I literally messaged our group chat and I was like, guys, I need an SOS call right now. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember this,
Yeah, I do.
but I was like, I'm freaking out. I'm crying. I'm screaming. I need SOS because my mind was like everywhere. It's just like something I didn't even imagine was
Yeah,
possible for me. And besides helping me get there, just helping me get through it and be like, this is
totally.
normal. You're gonna make a lot higher than this.
Yeah.
Let's organize everything and get to it. I landed that client, and that was just
Yeah.
like the start of great things.
Killer. Congrats. Yeah, you're crushing it. I think your common denominator is you just take action and you trust the process and like you see the results. Like that's what it is. And then you have accountability and the right sequence of events and the right things that you need to be doing. Why don't you give just like a quick snapshot of like specifics, and like you can say authority funnel, like you can say like
I don't
all
know if
that
I
stuff.
did
Yeah, no,
that.
you're good. You're good. You can say like offer, like we worked on the offer, like maybe some specifics of like what your roadmap has looked like.
Got it.
Just
Perfect.
like, cool, we doubled your prices. We got you like with the appointment setting, we ran the authority funnel for you, like that sort of stuff. I think would be people would be really curious to kind of hear the roadmap that you followed
Yeah,
that's contributed to
totally.
your success. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching all of these videos before I signed up for Agency U, trying to make up my mind if
Yeah.
I should like actually go for it. I'll already tell you guys, just sign up for it. Like, I think I actively wrote in our group chat, like, what is the juice in this Agency U stuff? Like, what happened
That's
here?
funny.
But no,
You, it's you.
totally.
It's we're doing the easy part. You do the hard part.
Oh, shucks, stop it. But my personal roadmap, we went from just organizing my offer, kind of consolidating it because my offer was very customizable
Mm,
before. We just broke it down into solid tiers, and effectively priced it using the pricing sheet and things
yeah,
like that,
yeah, yeah,
building it for when I'm full time and
yeah,
hiring
yeah,
people and building out things for an actual agency.
yeah,
That as well as changing my messaging over all my platforms, like centralizing my ideal client, trying to make the not having to spend ad money just yet
yeah, yeah,
work. But honestly, for me, I was like, let's go for ads like straight away.
yeah,
I'm tired of cold DMing people.
yeah.
And so month two began. We did the authority funnel. We
So
worked.
so let's hit on the offer real quick. So the
Yeah.
offer, like what changed from where it was to where it is now? So the pricing, obviously.
Oh yeah, the pricing changed 100%, and then my offer is uh, we established me, like, reminded me that I'm the professional in my
Yeah,
area, and I don't need to customize my offers in order to make others happy when I know that a certain, like, my offer that I am giving them in this package will get my clients results.
beautiful. So it's
Uh,
more of like an outcome driven offer versus like output and like order taking and being like, oh yeah, you want 4 videos? Okay, you want 6 videos? Oh, you want some graphics too? Like rather than
exactly.
like we stopped doing that essentially.
Yeah, completely
Nice.
stopped. I have
Cool.
my tiers, they're completely built out, and I have my outcome for
Sick. Yeah.
every one of those
Yeah, like
offers.
your offer is like actually helpful for people and gets them results as well. It sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've always built my business on, especially when I first started, even when I was taking beta clients back in like 2019, 2020 for
Yeah.
Instagram, beauty service providers, and my prices were like $250, 300 for beta clients. Uh, Even then, I was getting like solid results for the
Yeah.
clients when I was doing what I needed to do
Yeah.
instead of focusing on what they needed to do. So just having that reminder and having that security of you guys telling me like, hey, it's okay, like just do this, it's going to work. It's
Yeah.
worked because of XYZ, and showing like numerical proof, seeing the wins channel in the agency you as well, and seeing what everybody else did. It, like you said, it's just a lot of reassurance that
Yeah.
I needed for that first month.
Yep.
A lot.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. uh where was I? Okay, second month we pushed out on the authority funnel. um I remember that for me, having a setter come in for my business particularly was very, very important. My
Hmm.
ideal audience is on Instagram, so I needed to just be active on there every single day. Like I said, with the ADHD, it doesn't
Hmm.
help at all in being consistent. So bringing somebody on for that and putting it in conjunction with the authority funnel and the messaging tactics that I've learned within Agency U
Yeah.
was a complete game changer.
Yeah.
So anybody who messaged me didn't have to wait more than 15 minutes to get a response, and they were getting replies like really quickly. And my setter, I think I messaged the chat the other day, like I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I had like 3 booked appointments, which
Yeah.
was like pretty cool. My
Yeah.
set is amazing. But just the joining of what I didn't know, with like just the amped up process of Agency U, completely like threw everything for a loop.
Yeah.
And so the authority funnel has like been building up till today. Like I haven't changed anything. It's been
Yeah.
working incredibly great. Um, and then I guess my, not my final step, but my next step that I'm working on right now is just my onboarding process,
Yeah.
fulfillment, organizing finances, and all
Yeah.
of that. But all of my issues that I had before I joined Agency U on the client acquisition side and sales calls and things like that
Yeah.
pretty much are non-existent
Yeah.
basically, so it's really really cool.
Now you have new problems to solve as we
Oh
solve
yeah.
that. So
Oh yeah.
like so
Oh
it's
yeah.
just the name of the game, but that's what we want to do is fill you up and then kind of
Yeah.
work from the next set of problems, I guess.
Yeah, agency you definitely helped me with a ton of things. I'll even share this. My country land is not America, though I am
Mm.
in America right now. Next week, Monday, I'm finally going to be able to go back to Brazil for the first time in 13 years.
Wow.
Prices to go to Brazil, they're expensive,
Hmm.
and I was able to afford finally going
Come
back to see
on.
my family for the first time in 13 years.
No kidding.
So it's like the past 2 3 months have been absolutely game changer, not only for my business but for me.
Yeah, totally. And you have the roadmap, and you seem so much more confident just in your future as an agency owner and the scalability and the predictability and betting on yourself and knowing you have the roadmap and the right support to get you there.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Last question is, so you watch these videos obviously, and then like people who watch these are people who are considered an agency. What would you say to somebody who is like maybe had a call with our team and they're considering agency, or maybe they're like considering even booking a call? Like what would you say to those types of people who are maybe kind of on the edge?
I will tell them the same thing that I say to my coaching students. Everything doubt related uh, goes back to you beat irrationality with rationality.
Hmm.
So, how do we do that? It's just by looking at all of the testimonials. Agency U has a huge testimonial page. Do like I did. Watch every single one of those videos.
Nice.
Watch every single video on Austin's channel until honestly you see that they can provide results, and by watching them, you will see that they can.
Mm.
I was in your exact shoe like literally 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I was scared of going for it. Signed up for a bunch of coaching programs that did zip zilch
Wow.
for me.
Yeah.
Um, and just literally I came to trust agency, I came to trust Austin by breaking into the rational part of my brain, which was
Hmm.
watching all of the testimonials because they have a huge ass page. um, Good job, Austin, on that,
Yeah.
by the way. That's a great
Yeah.
choice. But as well as that, and like honestly, just that's all I'll say. You have to watch all the testimonials.
Okay.
That's what
Good.
convinced me.
Yeah. Nice.
It's insane when you see what has happened for other people and all of them saying exactly what I'm saying. Like Agency U is a huge game changer.
Yeah.
So
Then
yeah.
why agency you versus like other coaching programs? And you
Oh,
don't need to name any names, but more so just from
are
experience.
you sure?
Yeah.
I want to name drop. It's okay. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was a joke. Um, the biggest difference by far is the proven process
Mm.
that everybody has gone through and succeeded in.
Hmm.
That is the number one game changer, is the confidence that you guys have in your game plan that you can share with your students, as well as the amount of support
Hmm.
that we get when we get into the program. Anywhere from you to Gilberto to Matt has been an absolute
Yeah.
angel when it comes to me. He has a lot of patience with me. um but it's just those are the big two for me. It's
Yeah.
the proven game plan as well as the immense support system that I have
Yeah.
basically on speed dial.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, but you're the kind of people that are the most fun to coach because you take action. So it's super fun to be a part of it. Cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this. This is such a cool story. I'm really excited for people to watch this and see themselves in your shoes, and hopefully this helps somebody. If not, they feel more encouraged for sure.